So hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. I am actually filming a little bit earlier in the day than I typically do, so I still feel like I'm waking up. I think I have some puffy eyes still happening, but this is the time that works best for me to film today. And definitely, you know, it's been challenging to find these pockets of time, so I'm just gonna go for it. This is real life. I've been struggling with puffy eyes for feels like the whole summer. Again, I know I say this all the time. I think it's a combination of eating too much salt the night before, maybe some allergies going on. I had a pretty good stretch where they felt, my eyes felt more normal when I would wake up. So I don't know, I probably had something really salty yesterday. So that's just how it goes. It's highly unfortunate because I love salt. I'm a big salty person on my food, but that is not why we are here today to discuss my puffy eyes. We are here to talk about the Boxwalla August Beauty Box. We are here to talk about their special one-time limited edition box that has beauty and skincare in it, or makeup and skincare in it, and then also the clean beauty box for August. So we've got a lot to talk about here today, and I think what I'm gonna do is start with the Boxwalla Beauty Box, then move to the clean beauty box, their August box, and then talk about the special Boxwalla limited edition one-time box. So for the Boxwalla August Beauty Box, the theme is the curious comfort of skincare-like things. And you know, my boxes here are kind of like disheveled because I've been using these products and experimenting with them, so I haven't like repackaged everything to show you what it looks like in the box when it arrives, but I think you've seen that enough here on my channel, so you have a pretty good idea of what they look like. So the value of this box is $240. To sub for the box, it is $49.95 every other month. So I will, you know, include that information down below so it's really clear and concise as to what the pricing is of all of this. The first brand here that I'm going to talk about that is featured in this box is from Lovina Skincare, and this is the Dragon's Blood Cleansing Oil, and it retails for $55. And this is what the bottle looks like, and I actually have spoken about this in the past, I think it was in an empties, because Lovina actually sent me this before they launched it just to get my feedback. And one thing that I mentioned is I did not like the dropper format that they had before, and it has been changed to a pump. So huge improvement on the delivery system. I also have noticed a little bit of a change in the formulation. I don't know if it's just me, but the color, first of all, is a little different. The first bottle I got was a little bit more on the orangey side, and then this is kind of like a deep ambery color, just definitely less orange and a little bit more like brownish red. So, and I have to say I do like this new, what I'm perceiving to be a new formulation. I do like it better, but I'll get into that in a second. Just to tell you a little bit about Lovina, it was founded by Joy Ekhator. I don't know if I'm saying her name correctly. It's spelled E-K-H-A-T-O-R. And she is inspired by the healing herbal traditions that she experienced growing up in Nigeria. And she likes to merge technology with ancient beauty rituals. So love that impetus for her for creating this line. And in this Dragon's Blood Vitamin C Cleansing Oil is milk thistle, guava seed, tomato seed, lingonberry, and cloudberry oils. So really beautiful oils. It does contain dragon's blood extract, and there's a little bit of a discrepancy, I think, on the ingredient list. I don't think it's listed on the website. Maybe that's been updated. So I was a little bit confused as to actually, you know, if there was actual dragon's blood extract in here, and it definitely is in here. And what it is it's a resin from the Croton leclerri tree. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it is a resin. And so the sap found in these trees is what's used for the extract. Just to talk a little bit more about dragon's blood in skincare, it is very healing and it combats oxidative stress. Also, just another little backstory about the dragon's blood resin. It has been used across many, many cultures for a long time, hundreds of years, if not thousands. And I just wanted to mention one of the uses is in the American hoodoo tradition. It's used as incense. It has ceremonial uses in India, and then also in folk medicine, it's used for wound healing. So again, that's, you know, that healing aspect is why it's in here. There's also, like I mentioned, the milk thistle. That's a powerful antioxidant, which helps protect from UVA and UVB damage. The guava seed oil is naturally astringent. So I do, and just the texture of this, I do feel like this would be good for even people who have oily skin or acneic skin. And also the guava seed oil is going to target free radicals because it's very rich in lycopene. And then, as it says on the bottle, it is a vitamin C cleansing oil. So the vitamin C in here is the tetrahexyl ascorbate, and that is a vitamin C ester. And then it also has double encapsulated salicylic acid, which I didn't get clarification on the double encapsulation thing or why it's in a cleanser. What my understanding is if it's double encapsulated, it's going to prolong the release. Excuse me, it's going to prolong the release of the salicylic acid on your skin. So it seems like that might be more relevant in like a lotion that you're going to be using or a toner, but maybe they chose to use the double encapsulated BHA or the salicylic acid just to make it a little bit more gentle for people who have sensitive skin. So let's talk about the experience. I will show you what it looks like. There you can see that beautiful color, and you can also, hopefully you got to see that it's kind of on that like runnier side. So I would say in terms of like the thinnest cleansing oil I've ever used to one that is a little bit thicker and one that's maybe a little bit more emollient, this is right there in the middle. It's a really nice texture and it's great for massage. So it's not too thin that it just kind of like ends up, you know, disintegrating on your skin. So it's medium weight, great for the facial massage you might want to do while you're cleansing your skin. One thing I noted, I think in my empties, was that the guava scent was really, really strong and almost a little bit too much for me. I didn't completely jive with the scent. So I do feel like there has been a change, just a slight change in the scent. And it feels more like fruity guava, which I actually am enjoying more. And when you rinse it off, the scent lingers for a little while, but not too strongly. So again, I do like the improvements on the pump, maybe a little bit of a change in the formulation. So I'm really happy with it. I haven't been using it that much. As you can see, I probably used it 3 or 4 times. So I'll give you guys, you know, a final rundown later, maybe in an empties video or a skincare video of my more developed opinion of the Dragon's Blood cleanser. But I think if you've been interested in any kind of product that has Dragon's Blood in it, if you'd like to have a vitamin C oil cleanser, then this would be something you would definitely want to check out. So let's talk about the next brand that is featured in this Boxwalla beauty box, and it is Votery. Votery is a British brand founded by former beauty editor and makeup artist Arabella Preston, and then Charlotte Semler, who is an entrepreneur. And I am really enjoying both of these products, which I'm kind of surprised by because the other 2 Votery products that I tried also through Boxwalla didn't quite meet up with what I need from skincare. It was a little bit too, or neither of them were quite as emollient and moisturizing as I need for my skin, which definitely runs on the dry side. So the first product I'm going to talk about from Votery is the Super Seed Serum. This retails for $118. And it is a hydrating emulsion that is rich with seed oils. It's got hyaluronic acid, colloidal oatmeal, green tea extract, peptides. And I just want to say too that, you know, it is unscented in that there are no essential oils in here. What you're smelling are just, you know, the ingredients that I mentioned. And it's very rich in antioxidants, and it's going to be very firming, plumping, and rejuvenating of the skin. I have not used it long enough to be able to say, oh yeah, I feel like my skin is a lot firmer, but when my skin is hydrated and well moisturized, I do feel like it looks plumper, and I do think that this does, you know, rejuvenate the skin in that way. The texture is one of my favorite type of textures. It's just this beautiful kind of like emulsion type serum that I really love to use, and I use every day, twice a day. So I'll cleanse my skin, use a toner, use a serum like this, and then apply, you know, whatever moisturizer I feel like I need, and SPF. So this is a huge hit for me. I have been using it nearly every day, or every day, maybe in the morning, and then I'll use something different at night. But I am really, really pleased with this product, and definitely my favorite so far that I have experienced from Votery. And then there's also the night oil that I mentioned. And I am really loving this as well. So this has rosehip fruit oil in it, and it's also got the HPR, so that is the hydroxypinocolone retinoate. So that is a oil-soluble vitamin A derivative. There is also tomato seed oil, avocado oil, and there's sandalwood nut oil in here. So the sandalwood nut oil is different than the sandalwood essential oil. So some people call it sandalwood seed, sandalwood kernel. Either way, I'm pretty sure that all three of those are referring to this sandalwood nut oil. And it's from Australia, so it is a sustainable source of that sandalwood. And it has a really lovely, very, very light rosy scent, which, I mean, if you're not a rose fan, I don't really think you'd find this offensive because it is so subtle and it dissipates very quickly. One more mention on the sandalwood nut oil. It is high in fatty acids and xymenic acid, and both of those help reduce redness and they soothe dry skin and even tone. Like I said, I'm really enjoying this oil. I'll show you what it looks like here. All right, so here you can see it's just like a very, very light oil serum. Really, really light, absorbs into the skin just beautifully. So what I've been doing with this, because it is really on the light side, is I will do my whole routine. After an emulsion type serum like this, I will put on the Votery night oil, and then I can put a balm on top or another, you know, some type of a lotion. And not feel like I am just really overdoing it, especially in these summertime months. So both of these I have really been enjoying. Again, you know, not long enough to really say that I'm feeling the kind of like retinol, you know, retinoid effects from this. I just don't know yet. I haven't been using it long enough to see, you know, how it would compare with the other products that I'm using that have retinoids in it, but I will definitely report back and let you know. So this is the Boxwalla Beauty Box. Those three products I just mentioned, really like all of them. I would say if I had to pick a favorite out of the three, I would definitely say the Super Seed Serum, and it does retail for $118, so that in and of itself makes the box completely worthwhile for me. You know, but just to mention, I was sent this for a review. I do work with the Boxwalla. It's not, you know, sponsored in any way, but I do have affiliate links below if you do want to get that box and help support me and the work I do here on YouTube. All right, so next up we are gonna talk about the Clean Beauty Box for August. And I do have the box here for you to show you the beautiful artwork here. Hopefully that's getting in some kind of focus for you. And the theme of this box is sun-drenched, and the artist who did this print, their business is called Grape Studio. I don't actually know the name of the person who actually created it, but the studio is Grape Studio. And then there's just a single brand that's featured in this Clean Beauty Box, and that brand is Free and True. These are the boxes of the 2 full sizes that you get, and then there is a little kind of like sample trial size of a brand new product that they are releasing. So let's talk first about the Ramblin Rose Serum, and this retails for $68. Really like this substantial white glass packaging with the wooden top, and this pump is really nice as well. So this is a soothing and hydrating serum. It has pomegranate juice, which is anti-inflammatory, hibiscus extract, which is high in vitamin C. There's rose and neroli flower waters, which are very skin balancing. And there's panthenol, which is B5, vitamin B5, and that's gonna be moisturizing and promote cell generation. There's also low molecular weight hyaluronic acid, so that's gonna sink into the skin, penetrate the skin better, and give you better hydration. And there's also white tree extract. So in terms of the texture, this is a little bit more on that like watery side as compared to the Votery one. I don't know, it's not like completely running down my hand. It stays put, so from that aspect, it's not like really, really watery and really runny. I think this is a fantastic serum. Just overall beneficial for day and night use, really for any skin type. I don't see how this would be too much for somebody who has oily skin. And I think for me, having drier skin, it is really nice, but I do want to have a little bit, you know, more of an oomph after I use this. So I'm definitely gonna put a lotion or a cream over top. Whereas I do feel like there are some days with this Votery that I could almost get away with just this as a serum and then just SPF over top. But with this one, I do want to put in a little bit more moisture, like with a day cream or something. The scent is really lovely, as you can imagine, just a very light, rosy, neroli scent, beautiful for this time of year. And I really think that it's great for layering. I haven't had any issues with pilling at all. And yeah, it's just a really nice staple for your skincare routine. Next up is the Freedom Fighter. This also retails for $68. And Freedom Fighter is an antioxidant face oil. Again, same packaging with this really nice weighty white glass. Now this has 25% concentration of cranberry oil, which apparently has the perfect balance of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. There's sea buckthorn oil in here, raspberry oil, Barbados cherry, and goji berry extract. Both of those are high in vitamin C and E. There's also nettle in here, which is high in vitamin C's, K, B, and they are going to, and so that's going to help you be protected against sun damage. There's also CoQ10 in here, which boosts skin repair and is going to decrease free radical damage. So let me show you the color here if I can. I'm going to take this out of the dropper and then hold my hand behind it so it focuses in. Just a really lovely color. And I would say the texture is not thin like the Votery Night Oil. It's definitely a little bit thicker. It has a little bit more of an emollient feel. So the scent of this oil smells a lot like what I'm pretty sure goji berries smell like. It's kind of similar to the Strange Bird products and kind of that like fruity, sweet smell, but whereas I didn't really like the overall scent of the Strange Bird products because they just were too strong for me and lingered for a really long time. This one is definitely lighter. It's just a very kind of light, fruity smell. I don't know if any of you know, like maybe the scent of baby aspirin or like Flintstones. It kind of has that, like the Flintstones vitamins, kind of has a little bit of that scent, but it's much milder and smells more like just real fruit. And if I'm remembering correctly, the scent does not linger for very long. I've only been using these products very minimally because I did get, unfortunately, a bout of maskne. So I think from wearing my mask at work, I got, you know, like these weird blemishes, a type of blemish that I've never gotten before in my whole life. So I really had to back off of trying new products because I also wanted to make sure that there wasn't a product that was causing the problem. Now that I've reintroduced some of these newer products to try, my maskne, thank God, has not come back. I think I've kind of figured out how to deal with my maskne, which is A, not wearing any makeup underneath it, and then also putting kind of like a thin layer of a balm on my skin while I've got my mask on. So that has actually helped a lot with the whole maskne thing, just as a side note. So unlike the Lovina and the Votery, which I have used quite a bit, I haven't had as much of a chance to try these Free and True products. But what my original train of thought was, if I'm remembering correctly, I do feel like the scent of this does dissipate. I think it's maybe like in that half-hour to hour realm. Now, if you're really, really sensitive to scents, you might want to forego this because there is a definite scent in here. But if scents don't tend to bother you and you kind of like that sort of goji berry fruity smell, that will dissipate. Like I said, I think it was about a half an hour to an hour of the scent going away, then I don't think you should have a problem with it. All right, so let's talk about the last product in here, and this is called Brightside. All right, so this is finally in focus, and let me show you what the actual texture is like. I don't know if you can see that it is a little bit on the thick side. I don't know what the ultimate delivery system is going to be, but yeah, it's like, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the texture here, but it is a little bit of the thicker kind of emulsion type serum, which I do really like, of course. I've been telling you that's my favorite type of, one of my very favorite types of products. So in the Brightside, and like I said, this is the exclusive pre-launch, exclusive to the Clean Beauty box, a pre-launch for Free and True. They are saying that this mini is, it's got a value of $15. So there are vitamins C and B3, and B3 is niacinamide. So there's a vitamin C B3 complex. There's 2 types of vitamin C in here, and the total is 13%. And there's also licorice root in here, and licorice root is a really good ingredient to have in your skincare if you're wanting to focus on, you know, balancing your skin tone and overall brightener. I've only used the Brightside serum a couple times now, and I have not, and my main goal in testing that is to make sure that I don't have any kind of a reaction, since there is a relatively high percentage of the vitamin C in here, which I've never really had an issue with vitamin C's, but you know, of course I want to test it to make sure my skin likes it. No issues. As far as I could tell, the 2 times I've used it, I didn't have any pilling issues or anything like that. So I'm really looking forward to fully, you know, using up my little jar that I have here and giving more of my final thoughts on how I think it's going to be working for my skin, or how it's working out for my skin. So overall, I am really enjoying this box because I have never tried anything from Free and True. So I was really anxious to give them a try and just kind of see if they jive with me. Of course, I need to, you know, really develop my thoughts and opinions on these products because I've only used them a few times. I do think just like right off the bat, I can tell that the Ramblin Rose, Pomegranate Neroli Rose serum is going to be a hit for me. It's really just very solid, and I love the ingredients, and I've been enjoying using this a lot. So I can't really imagine my final thoughts changing much on it, but I will keep you posted. I would say that with the Freedom Fighter, the oil serum, I do feel like I need to experience it more and longer, especially when it comes to the scent, just to make sure I am truly jiving with that kind of like fruity goji berry scent, which, you know, is still rather strong on my skin. So I'll have to give you my thoughts on that a little bit later, on how I get along with the scent or don't get along with the scent. And then really pleased with this, what is it called again? The Brightside? Yes, the Brightside pre-launch that we get in the Clean Beauty box. So far, I am really enjoying this, and it is that type of texture that I do prefer. So what I'm gonna do in terms of cost of this box, I'm just gonna leave all that information below because there's different tiers, different pricing, and I don't wanna get all into the weeds here in this video. So I will leave that below. Then you can decide which level of subscription you do want to purchase. So now we're gonna move back to the Boxwalla, and we're gonna talk about their one-time box that does feature Lovina. And this is called the 2 Facets of Joy, and Joy being the name of the founder. But before we get into the products, I just want to tell you really quickly that this one-time box is $69, so it is separate from the subscription. And then the box itself retails for $170. So let me show you the box of this palette. I just really love their branding and just kind of that like metallic shiny design that they have here, and then their font and everything. So this is the Eye Magic eyeshadow palette that retails for $45, and I did just use it today. And let me show you what it looks like. And I can't remember if I've actually shown you this palette before. This is actually the second one that I have received. And I'm sorry I'm not remembering 100% if I actually have talked about this, but I think I either talked about it and showed you the palette, or just showed you what was on my eyes, because I was on a big green eyeshadow kick there for a while. And so I think I had this color on, which is called Mystical. I think I was wearing that in a video. So anyway, hopefully this isn't redundant for you, but this is what the palette looks like. I'm not gonna go through all the swatches of this because Olivia from Live Warmly, and I will link her video below, she does a fantastic overview of this entire palette. So I just recommend you go over and watch her video if you really are curious about swatches of all these colors, because she did a fabulous job. What I have on my eyes today, let me just get this little, I'm referring to this card if you're wondering what I'm doing here. I have Spiritual all over the mobile lid, and then Nature as an eyeliner. And then this one is Spiritual, this one right here. So this is all over my movable lid. And then this one right here is Nature. And I think I also dipped my brush into this matte color, which is Secret. So I mixed Secret and Nature, this one and this one together as my eyeliner, but focusing more on the blue color of Nature. So that is what is on my eyes today from this palette. I didn't end up using the original palette that I had very much because I typically just go for neutrals on a daily basis, and one of my friends really wanted this palette. She was dying for it, so I did gift her that one, knowing that I was going to be getting this one from the Boxwalla. So I kind of feel like I'm opening this up and exploring it for the first time. And even though a lot of these jewel tones are typically not in my wheelhouse, I'm really excited to explore this palette more because Just putting it on today, the texture is gorgeous. I feel like the texture of this nude that I have on, the Spiritual, was just very creamy and it blended really easily. And I would say the same thing for the other two that I used as the eyeliner. Using this again for the first time and sort of rediscovering it, I am really, really impressed, and I'm hoping to get more adventurous and incorporate the neutrals with these beautiful jewel tones. So if you're a palette lover, I highly recommend this. And if you don't have many eyeshadows or you've been wanting to explore jewel tones a little bit more, I think that would be another reason to get this palette. The next product in this one-time box, the Two Facets of Joy, this is Lovinah's Copper, Peptide, and EGF Ampoule set. So let's get that in focus a little bit more. It might be a little bit hard to see the writing and everything on here just because it is so reflective, but this is what it looks like on the inside. So you can see you get these 4 ampoules. Now this is an expensive set. It's $125. So if you've been curious about this, then this is a great way to try this product. So the EGF in the name of this product is the epidermal growth factor, and it is a vegan epidermal growth factor, and it is a watery serum with copper peptides. And I really don't want to open it up or even like show you the texture because I want to keep them super fresh, because when I am ready to dive into this, I do want to use it, you know, on a daily or a nightly basis so that I'm really able to gauge the efficacy of this product. And again, like I mentioned, I had that maskne going on, so it just was not the time for me to be busting out a brand new product like this. But since it is described as a watery serum, I'm assuming that it is just that. It is very watery, maybe more like those true serums from like the 80s and the 90s. I do feel like the name serum is now being used a little bit more broadly in terms of like oil serums and emulsion serums. Back in the day, when you heard serum, you definitely thought like very, very watery. So that's kind of what I'm envisioning this to be. And even just looking at the bottle, you can see it's definitely very, very watery, which I'm actually really excited for because I do really like these kinds of serums as well. So let's just talk about the ingredients real quick. So peptides are going to be beneficial for reducing wrinkles. And then the EGF, the growth factor, is skin healing. It's going to be great for renewal and slows down thinning of the skin. And it does so by boosting collagen and elastin. So I am really looking forward to using these. I feel like it's going to be super fun and kind of like an interesting experience because I don't have much experience with using epidermal growth factors at all. So I'm really, really excited to try this, and I just love this beautiful presentation anyway. It just makes me very happy. So if you are interested in either of these, I definitely recommend getting this box because it is just a fantastic value at $69 because like I said, it's $170 retail. Now this is a limited edition box, so if you are interested at all in it, I would go over and grab it quickly because I don't know when this is going to sell out. I forgot to mention that for this first box, the August Beauty Box from Boxwalla, I think the deadline to subscribe has been extended to August 10th. So you do have time to subscribe to the Beauty Box. So I think I've mentioned everything that I want to talk about with these products. If I have left anything out or you have any questions that I didn't answer, please do ask me below. If I don't know the answer to it, I can definitely find out from either Claire or Lovinah, the owners of these fantastic subscription boxes. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to film my next video, but I do think I want to focus on new products that I have gotten. So through PR and then some fun things that I have purchased on my own that I'm really loving and excited about. So I think I will do that as my next video because I'm just really excited to share that information with you and thoughts on new things that have come my way. So I hope you all are staying safe and healthy out there. I do want to mention real quickly that I have actually started a new Instagram account. So I have my Green Beauty Trish account and I have a new account called Art Sunday, and it's art dot and then Sunday spelled out with a dot between every letter. I'm going to go ahead and put it down here so you can see what it is. So for those of you who follow me on Green Beauty Trish, you already know that for like the last 4 years, I post a piece of artwork on Sunday, and I use the tag hashtag Art Sunday. And so what I decided to do is create an account that is solely dedicated to my Art Sunday posts. So I've taken all those posts, they're still on Green Beauty Trish, but I've added them over to my Art Sunday account, which took a lot of work. It was very tedious, but definitely a labor of love. And so now when I post on Sundays, I'm going to post to both accounts. So if you are an art lover, you just kind of want to see just sort of like a gallery of art that I'm enjoying, then if you want to subscribe to Art Sunday, that would be great, because that is where all of the art is going to live over there on that account. So now I'm definitely wrapping it up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.